Welcome into sportsbookreview.com. I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris.
And we are rolling through the conference previews, rolling into the MAC. And you know how much we love MACtion. Tuesday night football, Wednesday night football. When we get into November, you got the crisp in the air. I'm ready for all of it. Before we get started, before I let you talk, before we talk about unders, overs, all that good stuff, SBRpicks.com/NCAAF. That is your one-stop shop for your college football gambling content. You can find it in the description below. Just go ahead and click that link. While you're at it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. That's the like button. That helps us out. And subscribe to the channel. We are going to be here all football season long. You are not going to want to miss a single show, so hit the bell notification. That is what's going to let you know that we got shows coming up. Let's go ahead and hey, by the way, if anybody wants to argue with us over our predictions, we don't really know what we're talking about. We've done as much studying as we can, but we don't know about the MAC.
That's right.
Like this conference
it's the end
is
of
crazy.
June.
Yes.
And this is the one conference that we talked beforehand that gave us both the most amount of stress. We could pick the winner, and they might not finish in like the top half of this conference.
It's entirely possible. I mean, who knows? Who knows? It's going to be a weird
But we're
year.
going to make a pick.
We are going to make picks, for sure. If you want to argue with us, if you want to tell us what we should be thinking, jump into the comments. If you don't want to do that, you can always hit us up on Twitter. I'm at GaryWCE.
I'm at Chris B. Giannini.
Or if you're old school and you don't want to do that either, you don't have a Twitter account, you can always email us. I am Gary at winningcureseverything.com.
And I'm Chris at winningcureseverything.com.
Let's fire this bad boy off. We are going to Akron, Ohio to talk about Tom Arth's Zips. Now, Zip is a fun mascot. I automatically root for them because of that. However, look, they got a playmaker.
Okay.
Tion Dollard is awesome. Like, he was great last year.
That's right.
They went 1-5 last year. They went 0-12 the year before that. The win total, by the way, 2.5.
I was just about to say this win total is pretty short.
And the over is juiced at plus 135.
Okay.
Under is minus 165, so you better think twice if you're only expecting them to win a couple of games. Projected records, SP Plus has them at 4-8. FPI has them at 3-9. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going over.
Yeah,
I like the plus 135 here.
It's only because of the juice.
Yes.
And the chaos of this conference.
Yes, very much so. Their defense is super aggressive, but they're going to need their defensive line to step up against the run this year.
That's
big
right.
time. They were not able to last year. Schedule sets up for 4 winnable games. Tom Arth is showing slow but steady progress. I think that they can win 3 games here. They've got Bryant. They've got Temple on the schedule, and Temple is really not great right now with Rod Carey and that bunch. They've got at Bowling Green on the schedule, and then, any one of these other ones, they can sneak up and steal one from somebody. So I think that they have got a shot here to get to 3 wins.
I do too.
So, now,
it's strictly a money play. I'm not laying 150 on them maybe only winning 2 games because I do think they've got 2 winnable games on the schedule.
Yeah.
And therefore, I got to hope the rest of the season they don't win a coin flip, and then I have to pay a massive price for them to not win a coin flip. Or if they win a coin flip, I get a huge reward at the plus 135.
Yes.
It's a money pick.
Absolutely. Moving on from there, Scott Loeffler's Bowling Green Falcons. And I got to tell you, I think that this could be the worst coaching staff in the country.
At all the 130?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
In all of college football.
When we talked about not knowing how we felt about this whole conference, I felt very confident there are 2 really bad football teams.
How Scott Loeffler got this job is beyond me. But
let me, if you can get it.
Let me go ahead and tell you this. All right, so they went 0-5 last year. They were 3-9 in his first season, and they got like a super surprising win over Toledo. Now, Toledo had to fumble the football and throw interceptions and whatnot. I think they had 6 or 7 turnovers in the game and still only lost by like a field goal at the end. But they're not projected to be a favorite in a single game this year. And that's a fairly big deal. FPI has them going 2-10. SP Plus has them at 3-9. Now, a lot of those are based on the percentage chance that they win games, right? And then you add up all those percentages, and then it gets to a certain number. The win total is 1.5. To go over is minus 105. To go under is minus 125. Loeffler is 3-14 in his 2 seasons there. That's not good. They on offense lost 4 of their top 6 targets. his offense is basically starting over for the third time in 3 years.
I was just about to say, it's another rebuild.
Yes. The pass defense
What was the total again?
Total was 1.5.
I was just about to say, it had to be 2 or less.
Pass defense is great, but the issue is that would require teams to pass for their defense to be great.
Why
because
would you pass?
They can't stop the run.
Yeah.
It's
you
awful.
Practice stuff.
Here's the problem that they have. When Brian Van Gorder's defense is your best chance for optimism,
it's not good.
You have problems.
Not good.
I'm going under the 1.5.
Scott Loeffler, $525 a year. That's good. That's good work if you can get it.
I would take that.
It's good work if you can do it. I'll do it for half. Yes. And I promise you, I bet we get the same results. See, that's the difference. I'm not saying I'm a better coach than him. I'm saying I bet we get the same results and you save $275,000, $250,000, whatever the math.
That's not bad. 260 something.
Not bad work if you can get it.
You taking the under?
Yes, I'm going to take the under 1.5. Absolutely.
Under 1.5. Did you take the over on Akron?
I did take the over on Akron.
Okay. Over 2.5 there. I'm writing all this stuff down. I'm keeping notes. We're going to keep track this time. Moving on, the Buffalo Bulls.
Oh,
Maurice Lingist.
This team is going to look more different than any team maybe in college football this year.
Very much so. Returning production, they are number 54. Even with all the guys that they have lost to transfer and everything else, the issue is they lost a bunch of their studs.
Yeah, let's say.
Lance Leipold, of course, took the Kansas job back, the end of April, beginning of May, somewhere around there, and then took a bunch of transfers with him. Like a bunch of offensive linemen and just stud dudes that would make Buffalo the favorite to win the division again.
Probably.
However, that ain't happening. It's pretty nuts. There was not a single coach that was retained by the new guys. So they have not even had a spring practice. This is going to be really weird. They had 10 guys hit the portal once Leipold left. The offense still has quarterback Kyle Van Treese and running back Kevin Marks, both of which studs. We don't know who's going to be blocking for them, but, the defense has talent, but they're going to go through a scheme change. I mean, this is a big scheme change.
Everything's going to change.
Everything is going to change, and they didn't even have a spring to do it. So this is going to be kind of rough. The win total is 8. SP Plus had them projected at 8-4. FPI has them at 9-3. The win total is 8, and it's juiced at -115 on the over and the under. And I'm going under. I don't think it's possible to win all these games that they've got. Coastal Carolina,
well, I was just
Nebraska,
about to say, they get Nebraska, they get
Yeah.
Coastal Carolina out of conference. Those are 2 tough games. And then you've got the in-conference that I think we're going to get to. All of these teams are going to cannibalize one another.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Ohio and Western Michigan
I don't
at
see
home.
a team coming out of this conference or division being undefeated or only with 1 loss. I just think they're going to cannibalize one another in conference. I just think there's no elite horse here.
No. So I'm rolling under. You doing the same?
Yeah, I would do the same thing. What was the juice on that?
-115.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, same here. It's same juice over and
Either
under.
way, yeah.
Moving on, Kent State. Now, anybody that watches this show knows how much I absolutely adore Kent State because of Sean Lewis and what he has done. Now, Dino Babers' guy runs a really fun offense. Their win total sits at the number is 5.
I was just about to say, this is a team I actually like a lot.
+105 to go over, -135 to go under. SP Plus has them projected 4-8. FBI has them 5-7. They went 3. And I put 3-1 for their 2020.
They went
record.
3-1.
Did they really?
They went 3-1.
That is bananas.
Yeah, they only played 4 games.
So now they got smoked by Buffalo last year.
But that's the only game they lost.
But that's the only game they lost. Senior quarterback Dustin Crum returns. Super senior. He's a lot of fun. He is the perfect quarterback for what they try and do. He runs.
They score.
He can pass well. Then they score. Boy, do they score. This team will be improved, but the issue is with the schedule.
Tough.
Bowl eligibility is going to be kind of tough. They got A&M, Iowa, and Maryland in their non-conference. So that's basically 3 losses right there unless they can find a way to score on those defenses. Now, Maryland, you can absolutely score with, but that one could end up being a fun game. Whatever
it could be a fun game. I don't think they're going to win that game, though.
No.
That's too much disrespect to Maryland.
Whatever the total is on that game, I'd probably take the over. Between Talia, Tonga Valoa, and Dustin Crum, I think we're hitting 75, 80 points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I could see that.
The 3 seasons under Lewis, the defense is ranked number 121, number 119, and number 118. The run defense,
just how they play.
The run defense is beyond awful. Now, they have improved like 2 spots in the second year and then 1 spot in the third year, but they're still at number 118. It's pretty bad.
No, they're just a high-scoring football team.
Yes.
I mean, that's just it.
Very much so. They are projected favorites in 5 games. Of course, with the win total at 5, I like this offense. I think they're a lot of fun. I like Sean Lewis. I like the fact that they got a bunch of dudes back there, number 19 in the country in returning production. I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah, what's the juice on the over?
Plus 105.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over as well. It's not going to be easy, but I think they win a lot of coin flip games. I do.
Think so.
I think they're going to win games where they're not favored in, but it's less than a touchdown.
Yeah.
The ball goes your way. You can score fast.
I think they're going to be a really fun team.
I think this conference is going to have a lot of chaos.
Oh, yes.
So if you're trying to pick chalk, I don't even know where to tell you what chalk is.
Oh, I'll tell you what chalk is here in just a minute.
Okay.
All right. But now first, before we get to the chalk, the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. Now, I have talked on this show last year, and if anybody has listened to us before that, the year before that, Chuck Martin has been doing this a long, long time. And he is a fantastic coach, but he's old school, basically uses gravel as chewing tobacco. Like that. That's the kind of coach he is. They are projected to go 5-7 per SP Plus, 6-6 per FBI. Returning production number 18 in the country.
What'd you say the total was?
Total is 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Returning production.
That sounds right, by the way.
Number 18 in the country. They're returning 89% of their production. Quarterback Brett Gabbert, of course, that's Blaine's little brother, returns with all but 2 starters on offense, and they brought in running back Isaiah Bowser. Good old Northwestern boy.
That's right.
Defense returns 10 starters. They are really good against the run. They are really bad against the pass, and they play a bunch of passing teams.
True.
The schedule is brutal. Yep. Their road slate is just stupid. At Kent State, at Ohio, at Ball State, at Eastern Michigan, at Army, at Minnesota, at Cincinnati. I don't think they win any of them. So I am going to go under. They are a projected favorite in only 3 games this year. Now, they have a good enough team to be able to squeak some of those out.
Yeah, I was about to say, they'll win more than 3. They'll probably win less than 6, though.
That's why I'm going under the 5. The juice is minus 115 to the over and the under. So I'm going to take under 5 at minus 115.
I want this team to be better. I like Miami, Ohio.
I don't think they are, even with the returning production and whatnot, I don't think this team is set up to be able to compete with these other teams that throw it around as much as they do.
Yeah, you're probably right. Man, I like Bowser. I got to go under, though, too. They're going to have a hard time finding 6 wins. Yes. And I think that's their ceiling if they do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Therein lies the issue.
I mean, when your non-conference is Cincinnati, Minnesota, Army, what are we doing?
That Army game might end in an hour and a half.
Oh, it really
the way both those teams play. They never throw the football. They just run it, and they're not going to run out of bounds.
Chuck Martin and Jeff Monken are 2 really crotchety old men.
Yeah, if you want to make like a dinner reservation, you're going to make that reservation if you go to that game.
Game starts at 5:00. We got reservations at 7.
Oh, you're there.
Fine.
Yeah, you'll be out of the parking lot by then.
Love it. All right, I talked about chalk. And we are getting to chalk. The Ohio Bobcats. Frank Solich still doing his thing. He's doing a little dance, making a little love. He's getting down tonight, They got a Rourke back at quarterback again. Yeah. This is like the 6th, 7th, 8th straight year. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
He's Mr. Consistent.
This one is Mr. Curtis Rourke. That is the younger brother of Nathan Rourke, who was a starter there for 4 years. This is Curtis's 2nd season as quarterback, so 6 straight years with the Rourke behind center. He did get experience last year. That's good. They went 2-1, only played 3 games last year. But they bring back basically the entire 2 deep on offense. Yeah. And that is insane.
I think that's a big deal.
Yes. Defense looked good, but they looked good against Akron and Bowling Green. So
yeah, they only played 3 games.
Were they super improved or were they not? Schedule does set up really well after, flashing a great running game last year. And now, again, only 3 games, and 2 of them were against Akron and Bowling Green. But the schedule does set up well. Like, they can absolutely beat Syracuse in game 1. They play Duquesne, but then they play at Louisiana and at Northwestern. So probably open up 2-2. The win total here is 6.5. To go over is -145. To go under is +115. Projected record, 7-5 by SP Plus, 6-6 by FPI. So it's right on the number. I'm going to go over because I think this Ohio team can absolutely win a bunch of games. One of their projected losses is at Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I like that one.
I mean, I could see Buffalo winning some games. Buffalo's not going to go over by any stretch. And we talked about how I think this conference is going to cannibalize each other. Let me tell you a game that I think they have a chance to win.
Okay.
Every year, I think Northwestern's really good. Northwestern loses all of their bad team, non-con teams.
Yes.
They always play a MAC school, and they always lose to that MAC school, and that's when they usually win their side of the bracket.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I think Northwestern's really good. I absolutely think Ohio can beat Northwestern.
I think I feel well. You know, we're going to talk about title and all that good stuff. We'll get to that. But
so I'm going over.
Yes, over the 6.5.
I do think they're probably my favorite team in this division.
Yes. I think they're gonna win one for Solich because I think Solich is going to retire soon.
Yeah, he's been doing it a while.
I don't know if it's going to be this year, but he's been doing this a long time. Moving on to the MAC West, and let's start this bad boy off. Mike New and the Ball State Cardinals last year, 7-1 last year. Looked good. Beat old Buffalo 38-28 in the conference title game last year, and whipped San Jose State. Whipped them in the bowl game. So projected record 7-5 by SP Plus, 9-3 by FPI. The win total sits at 8. And the over and under both juiced at -115. Totally fine. Look, offense finished number 20 in success rate last year. Quarterback Drew Plitt returns. They have got pretty much everybody back. From the number 47 most efficient offense in the country. The defense was the best in New's tenure, but they still finished 90th in SP Plus. I think they're going to be better this year. They got 16 super seniors back. The schedule sets up with only one projected loss. That's at Penn State in the second week of the season. They are projected favorites in 10 games this year, and the win total is sitting at 8. Army, that's a toss-up.
I had that as a coin flip.
At
game.
Wyoming, toss-up. That's a coin flip. At Western Michigan, that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
And then they're projected to win every other game. So I like the over. I like this team a lot. Their team chemistry, like they had fun last year, and now they're all back. Like
I'm with you. I think I got to go with you. As much as I thought this conference will cannibalize themselves, this division is not as deep, in my opinion, as the East Division.
You might be
Am
right.
I wrong there? I'm not afraid of many of the other teams.
Yeah, okay, I can get with that.
Well, here's the thing. I like Ohio. I like Miami. I like Kent State. There aren't 3 teams on this side of the division that I like. There we go.
Okay.
And I think Ball State is clearly better than everybody else in this division. That's my logic.
That's okay. I can
just gave away the ending of the story, but
I get it.
I would go over as well.
I like it. Central Michigan Chippewas. Jim McElwain returns as the head coach. They went 3-3 last season, but holy God, was it a fun 6-game season.
I was just about to say, I think this team has a chance to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
And they're going to be better than they were last year.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. They had 4 games out of the 6 that came down to the last minute of the game.
Yep.
I mean, it was ridiculous last year. Their win total, 6.5. To go over is -105. To go under is -125. Both SP Plus and FPI have them projected to go 7-5 this year. Number 7 in the country in returning production. They're bringing back the whole slew of them. Everybody. Offense was basically big play or nothing last year. 27 passes over 20-plus yards, but they were number 102 in passing success rate defense. The defense was all or nothing.
That's right.
Look, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Schedule sets up easy enough. They've got 6 likely wins. They got 3 toss-ups. I like McElwain's bunch to go over the 6.5 here.
Yeah, I do too.
I think the offense is going to be fun.
Yeah, I do too. I would give them 7 wins.
I think so as well. Now, I mean, they open at Missouri, but then they've got Robert Morris. They play at LSU. Yep. Those are both going to be losses. But after that, the only other projected loss is Ball State, and they're only projected to lose that one by 4.5 points.
Yeah, they do play tough teams, though. I mean, they play Miami, Ohio. They play Ohio. They
play Toledo.
They still play Kent State. They play Toledo. Like, they're not going to win all those games.
No,
I think there are going to be some coin flip games that they're going to come up on the other end of it, but that's okay.
But
that's
like
why we got them going 7 instead of 9 or 10.
Yes, 100%. I think they can get to 7. All right, we are going to move on to one of my favorite teams, or at least one of my favorite coaches.
I was about to say.
I'll say that.
Okay.
And that would be Chris Creighton and the Eastern Michigan Eagles. Their win total also sits at 6.5, minus 115 to the over and to the under as well. Projected records are 6-6 and 7-5 per SP Plus and FPI. Look, offense, it was probably the best of Creighton's career last year, but the defense cost them 4 out of 6 games. They went 2-4 last year. Now they went 6-7 2 years before that. They have lost 7 of their last 9 one-score games. The further development of their young players is reason for defensive optimism, but
got to figure out how to win close games.
Yes, you just got to figure those out. They've got, let's see, they are projected to win 5 games.
I was about to say
they're projected favorites in 5 of them.
5 total 6.5.
Yeah, I like the under. I like the under a lot.
I think they're going to be a better football team. I mean, hell, last year they won 3 games or 2 games.
2 games. Yeah, went 2-4 last year.
Yeah, they'll be better than that, but this is still a tough conference.
Yes,
and I don't see them getting to 6 wins. I don't see them getting to 7 wins.
I don't either. Yeah, this. I mean, it's a tough slate. It's a tough slate, especially when you're playing at Wisconsin in the offseason or in the non-conference. Excuse me.
Hey, you get UMass.
I mean, they do get UMass. That is true. They get UMass. They get Texas State, and they get St. Francis. So that should be 3 wins.
Yeah, but they just have a really tough.
The conference schedule is rough, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
We give them Bowling Green.
Yeah. Okay. So 4 wins then. We got 4 wins. Good. I'll probably get a couple more, but still.
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois is the next team up. That works out well.
Hey now,
Thomas Hammock. I have talked for 2 years about how they made a disastrous coaching hire. And holy hell, was I proven correct last year with an 0-6 record. They hit rock bottom. Now, their win total this year works right alongside that. It's 3.5. To go over is minus 160. To go under is plus 130. Their SP Plus projected record, 4-8. Their FPI projected record is 5-7. And looking at the schedule, I do not see 4 wins on it because I know the coaching staff. They brought in quarterback Rocky Lombardi from Michigan State, but the rest of the offense, though experienced, is not great. We always talk about how sometimes returning experience is not always a good thing.
That's right.
Northern Illinois, by the way, the least experienced team coming back out of the entire division. So that's certainly not good.
Yep.
But then you bring in Rocky Lombardi, you're thinking, all right, well, we got a Power 5 quarterback that actually started at Michigan State and whatnot, but he kind of got run out of town. So does that make you better or worse? I'm going to harp on this. Thomas Hammock was a bad hire, had basically no college experience. He had no coordinator experience. He had been a running backs coach forever. They brought him in because their guys kept getting hired away. They wanted somebody that was going to stay long-term. The issue is,
if you get somebody who sucks, then
of course they're going to stay as long as you let them
hire them.
Yeah, so long as you let them keep the job, then, yeah, they'll stay around forever. I don't think he knew what he was doing. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure he was a great running back coach, but he's an alum of the school. You brought in somebody that didn't know what they were doing, and that is an issue. So Northern Illinois, who was just in a BCS bowl like 6-7 years ago, whatever it was, against Florida State, like, now this is what it's turned into. You know, they just won the MAC like 3 years ago.
I cannot find his contract.
It's not big. It's not big.
Well, it can't be big, but
no.
I can't find it. The fact that
that's like pretty crazy.
Scrub the internet for it. Anyway, neither here nor there.
I'm going under.
Are we going under?
3.5.
We're going under,
plus,
right?
Plus 130.
They're not allowed to talk about this team. They're not good at football.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're going under. Yeah.
Plus 130 to go under, though.
Yeah,
Plus
it
130.
seems like
They've got Maine.
Vegas is trying to beg you to take them. Are they better than Maine?
Yeah, they'll beat Maine.
Okay.
Like, they'll beat Maine, but where are they going to find 3 more? At
I don't
Toledo. Now, Bowling Green, they can beat Bowling Green.
Well, yeah, but when they play Bowling Green, that might be the only conference game they're going to win.
Maybe so. Here's their conference schedule. So they've got Georgia Tech, Wyoming, and Michigan, right? That's 3 losses. Then in your conference, Eastern Michigan, at Toledo. Now, you got Bowling Green, but at Central Michigan, at Kent State, Ball State.
I mean, if Buffalo is a complete disaster. But we don't think they're going to be that bad, right?
If Buffalo is a complete disaster, I still think that only gets them to 3.
Well, true. That's the best case scenario is Buffalo is a complete shit show.
Yes.
But we don't, with a leader in quarterback, I don't think they're going to be that bad.
I don't think so either.
I'm with you. I can't understand this number, and I can't understand the juice. I feel like I'm falling into a trap. I'm just going to jump into the trap.
No, the issue is, like, Northern Illinois, everybody still remembers they just won the MAC a few years ago. It wasn't that long ago that they were.
That's so.
It's crazy, right?
That's so short-sighted.
Oh, it's very much so. But remember, this team did not win a game last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just bananas. The offense, not good. Even with Rocky Lombardi, who really wasn't good at Michigan State. Just ridiculous. All right. Moving on to the number 1 returning production team in the entire country, the Toledo Rockets. Jason Candle is still the coach there. They've got 21 out of 22 starters returning. They only lost 4 players total from last year. They bring everybody back. And the 4 players that lost, one was a starter. The other ones were like third-string guys.
Yeah, rotational guys.
They got everybody back. Co-DC's Vince Karras and Craig Kuligowski have completely turned around this defense.
Yeah, they used to
Big
be
time
score, can't stop anybody.
Oh, yeah. Schedule sets up only 2 projected losses, but you know, at Central Michigan, at Ohio, those are toss-ups. Their win total is over 8.5. SP Plus has them projected going 8-4. FPI has them going 9-3. They went 4-2 in the shortened season last year. Win total is 8.5. Juiced at 115 to the over and the under. I like this team to go over.
I do too. I like this team a lot. When you start getting into needing 9 wins from a team who historically doesn't win 9 games, it's scary.
Oh, yes.
But I think I'm with you. I do think I'm with you.
Yeah, I think so. They play at Notre Dame. That'll probably be a loss.
That's right.
They play at Ball State. Probably a loss. However, Norfolk State, Colorado State, at UMass. I mean, that's the other part of their non-con. Like, that's 3 wins there. Do I think they can beat Northern Illinois? Do I think that they can beat Eastern Michigan, Bowling Green, Akron? Like, yes, 100%. I think that they can get to 9 wins. I'm all over them. I'm all over them. So you're rolling the same? Over?
Yeah, I'm going to roll the same. The 9 does scare me.
Oh, absolutely. But I do think this is the year. Like, I'll tell you this: they get to 9-3 or even 10-2. I think Jason Candle, first train out of Dodge.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He's been there for a long time.
He's holding a lottery ticket.
So
in.
he's the one that took over after Matt Campbell.
That's right.
So that's the way it goes. All right, and last team for the MAC, the Western Michigan Broncos, coached by Tim Lester, and went 4-2 last year. They are a fun team. Quarterback Caleb Ellaby is an absolute star.
I think they're good, too.
Awesome, yes. Leads one of the country's most exciting offenses. Ton of experienced talent coming back. Their win total is at 5.5. The juice to the over is -105. The juice to the under is 125. And both SP Plus and FPI have them projected to go 6-6 this year. I tend to like that.
I do, too.
You know, their returning production, number 27 in the country, 85% of their production is coming back this year. Defense is just as bad as the offense is good, which makes for a ton of fun games. Outside of Akron, Western Michigan's other 5 games averaged a score of 38.4 to 38.4, which is
pretty
unheard
insane.
of.
Yeah. Pretty insane.
I started doing the math. I was like, there's no way.
An even point differential.
Yes. Tons of super seniors, tons of returning production.
Tough non-con schedule this year.
Yeah, schedule has a lot of toss-ups. At Michigan, at Pittsburgh, San Jose State. Now, they get San Jose State at home.
That's going to be an interesting game.
And then Illinois State, who has been pretty good in the FCS.
Yeah.
But I do think Western Michigan, like, they are projected. They are projected to or be favorites in 6 games. 6 games. So 5.5 is the win total, and I think they're going to go over it. I think they're going to be able to score on a bunch of these teams. They got Akron. They got at Northern Illinois. They got Illinois State. At Buffalo. Kent State, that's kind of a toss-up. Central Michigan, toss-up. Like, I like this. I think they can get to bowl eligibility.
Yeah.
And Tim Lester's a Memphis guy, so.
No, I know. That was I was wondering if we were going to bring that up. I'm probably going to go over with you. This one scares me. This one's a lot of a homer pick, though.
This conference is
because I think they can.
so
I think they can beat each other up.
Yeah.
To say that I think that I know who's good and who's not, I think there's a couple of teams I think are good, and there's a couple of teams who I'm positive are bad. Everything in the middle, those teams could be great or a train wreck.
Yes, I agree, 100%. 100%. Who you got in the championship game? You want me to take mine first?
Yeah, tell me yours first.
The Ohio Bobcats against the Ball State Cardinals. And I'm going to take Ball State to win this joker again.
Back to back. Yeah, I don't like going chalk. I was going to go Ohio too, which I kind of wish I would have went first now.
I wish Ohio would win it. Like, I think that Ball State's a better team.
Let me.
I wish Ohio would win it for Solich.
Ohio,
he hadn't won it for
Ohio Toledo.
Ohio Toledo. Okay.
I'm gonna say Ball State gets upset.
I see you rolling.
And I'm gonna give it to Ohio.
Okay, you're taking Ohio to win the MAC.
Yeah.
And
there's a world where Ohio is like the 7th best team.
It's entirely possible.
Sorry, we just gave them the kiss of death. Man,
that's the way it goes.
That's what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I don't think Ball State's gonna be the 7th best team no matter what, but I don't like taking chalk in a conference where I think it's gonna be chaotic. I'm gonna pick chaos.
I like chaos. That works for me. All right. With that said, we're going to close out the MAC previews. Do us a favor. Go to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. There is a link in the description below. If you have not already, you made it all the way through the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button for us. That's very easy to do. And, of course, make sure you are subscribed. Hit that little bell. It's going to notify you when we have new videos on the channel. If you want to reach out to us, you can always jump in the comment box. Let us know your thoughts on each one of these teams. And you can reach out to us on Twitter. I am at Gary WCE.
I'm at Crispy Giannini.
And that is going to wrap it up for us for this week. Be on the lookout for more next week. Hopefully all of you enjoy your 4th of July and whatnot if you are in the United States. If you are not, shoot some fireworks anyway, man. Let's do this thing. All right. Go to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. And with that said, for sportsbookreview.com, I'm Gary.
I'm Chris.
And we will see you again next time.